good weather in Ninh Binh, and I was like, well, I want to go for an afternoon walk, and yeah, I've just popped over into the shade, and I was just getting the stream set up, and yeah, as I'm doing that, the grey clouds are just starting to come over, but that's all part of it, I suppose. So anyways, we're just going for a cruise around. Look at the Vienna House music going on over at Viatel on the other side. Essentially, I'm just going to go across the Windmart, across the road here, maybe just grab a little drink, a little bit parched. And otherwise, I hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, no, it's been good weather today, this morning. Last night it was like super rainy. But yeah, the rain was coming down pretty hardcore. The street that I'm in was like quite flooded, actually. Anyways, we're just streaming off the phone today. We're not doing it off the GoPro. Anyways, hope everyone's doing well. Just stuck in here. We'll just grab some type of drink, something to need to have something to drink. So, anyways, it's quite warm at the moment. So we'll grab a drink of some sort because we're going to go for a bit of a stroll. What am I feeling like at the moment? I'll tell you what, I know that these are super popular. I'm not going to take one at the moment, but I know that the white ones are just like, there's like memes all over the internet about it. Popular. But yeah, what am I thinking? You just got to be careful of the sugar in this type of thing, you know what I mean? Carbohydrates 4, 18 calories. I think that'll do us. That'll do us for the moment. Otherwise, there's this one, but I'm not a big fan of the flavour of this, to be honest with you. But what do we got here? Let's have a look. Yeah, I think I'll go with this one anyway. I tried this not long ago. I'm going to put like a little YouTube short video out about that. I had it a few days ago. It's another Muay Thai type of drink, or Muay Thai design to it. So anyways, blah blah blah. Let's just go through all these purchases there. Won't be a moment just to grab this drink. Do you want me to buy something else? Yeah, okay. Need 10,000 minimum for my car. Let's buy some little snack or something. I never knew that before, actually. Actually, I'll grab 2 of them. Pop one in my bag. We'll be outside walking in a moment. I'm just grabbing these 2 drinks real quick. Oh, that's interesting. What are we doing there? Australia. Oop. Oop.
Okay.
That's how you say Australia in Vietnamese. Oop. Okay, thank you. Okay, cool. All right, we've got some drinks. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give that bag back. I don't want a plastic bag. I'm not like a greenie or anything, but I don't necessarily need that plastic bag because I'm going to pop one of these suckers into our little bag here. We'll just pop him in there like that, like so. I will steady up the camera soon for you. It's just I only got 2 hands. And so we're out back on the street now. So there you go. I'll give it this bag back. Okay, thank you. Okay, anyways, all right, cool. We got our electrolyte hydration drink. But anyways, hope everyone's doing well. We're cruising. There's a big Vinatel store on the corner there. It's going to be a little bit shaky. I do apologise, but we're just doing it off the phone at the moment. Yeah, I just decided to go for a bit of a walk this afternoon. I figured I'd take you up to one of the historical monuments up there. And up here on our left-hand side, you've got the old town, which I've shown you guys before, I think, on live stream. There's a little pussycat. Yeah, hope everyone's doing well. I know the video quality is probably not perfect and it's a bit shaky, but it is what it is at the moment. But I appreciate the fact that you guys are popping by and saying hi. I'll jump in the chat if you like. Otherwise, yeah, glad to see you here. Hope everyone's doing well. You got the big agribank on the over there. Pretty cool architecture. I'll just hold steady for a second so it's not dancing around everywhere. It's pretty cool. I'm going to crack this drink in a sec and we'll have a bit of a sippy sip. But otherwise, we're just cruising, going for a bit of a walk. I could even maybe do this with you guys. I thought that was a real dog for a second there. Look at that. I thought it was actually a real dog. Cool looking wooden doors. But yeah, I've got you in the little handheld mount thing. I know it's not perfect, but we could maybe extend you out and do a bit of this. Okay, this mount's getting a bit old as well. It's not the best. The last thing I want is it to snap. Oh, FYI, out of all the restaurants in NinhBin, I've been to heaps of them. I recommend this. If you ever pop into NinhBin, come and have a look at this place. So they do, essentially it's a fish soup, right? And it's really clean and tidy inside. Oh, this little girl. Last time she's looking at me going, yeah. Last time she was having a joke. I was in there eating and she was running around. Hello. But anyways, I'll give you a look at the menu real quick. And last time I was here, I got the full car, which is the all fish. So it's like a fish soup type thing with crab meat and everything. And that's 50K. So if you're wondering what 50K is, say for example in Australian dollars, it's $3, $3 Australian, and it's really tidy and clean inside and that. And I gave obviously a good review. Okay, bye bye. She's smiling. Last time I was in here, she was being a rascal, coming up and hitting me and stuff. And anyways, no, it's a good spot. I went there two nights in a row a few nights ago, and I think I'm due to go there again. It's that good. It is that good. Anyway, so you got Old Town over the side here, and you can see up the top there's that little temple. A lot of people don't know about this. This is like local law, but essentially that shrine is in regard to a story of these two kids that were playing up the top there, and one of them pushed the other one, and one fell to his death. So a little bit dark in a sense, but if I stop for a second, you see right up there, see that temple bit up the top? Yeah, you can climb up there. I mean, I could even take you up there if you're interested. But otherwise, look, we've got some cool paintings over here. If you saw on the other live stream that I did recently, you see all this, how it's like 3D? Yeah, if you go back and click on the live streams on the channel, you'll see I was actually doing some of that stuff there. Not there at that spot, but in another location. But anyways, you know, ad nauseum, people go into the Old Town over there and cruise around. I mean, I'll give you a look at it. It's played out, you know, like every man and his dog's filmed it a million times, but I won't go all the way in there. I'll just zip through. It'll just give you an idea. And then we're going to head up here to what I believe is a more historically significant. And let's speed it up a bit so we get in front of these cars. A more historically meaningful place and monument. But anyways, we'll zip through here real quick first, and we'll get over there in good time. But you're going to see some cool stuff in here. I might even stop for a moment and stop shaking around this camera, and I'll have a little sip of the drink. But yeah, that's pretty cool, eh? Kachsan Walu. So anyone that doesn't know, this used to be the capital of Vietnam until it was moved to Hanoi. Check out this guy, well fed. What do you reckon? Super well fed, eh? Look at that. And solid. Imagine how much it weighs, eh? Anyways, down at night time, these are pretty trick where they light up all the lanterns. See all that? And you can go cruising around with your significant other. Otherwise, I'm not going to go all the way up. I'll just zip through because, like I said, it's played out in ad nauseum, this type of thing. And yeah, so, but I'll take you through just to give you the basic little general idea, you know. What a nice time of the afternoon to come through when the horde's not here. I'll go around this way. Give you a look. But this is not where I want to show you. I'll just zip in here through it because why not? Anyone that joins in that hasn't seen it can see it. You know what? I've never actually been through this part. Actually, I'm going to take you over here real quick. You just have a quick little squiz at this. And then we're going to go through I'm not going to go through the cave because the signal's going to cut out. But I'd love to actually go through there because all the other times I've been here, it hasn't been open. So that looks pretty tricky. You know what I could do as well is just set you up somewhere for a moment. Like I said, just wet the whistle because I'm due for a bit of a drink. Get up these stairs. But yeah, at night time, you can imagine, you know, the horde absolutely just comes through here and there's people everywhere. But I'm going to get out of the shade, actually. And there's all restaurants and that along the sides, you know. Yeah. You wouldn't want to fall down these, so be careful. There's always 3 ducks here as well, like literally always. Always. They're always in this area. Maybe I'll just set up here for a second and have a little sip of our electrolyte drink. See how close I can get without them freaking out. Let's just set you up on the GoPro. Oh, that's not good. Turns you off. I don't need to zoom you in either. Anyways, there's the ducks. So you can sit there while I just have a quick little sip of our electrolyte drink and take in the duck action, eh? Pretty chill ducks. There's plenty of fish in there as well. I can see them from up the top here. Alright, that'll do us for the moment. There's a little girl there. Having a look at them. Oi, she just fell over. Okay? Okay? I think she's alright. Ducks are having a good quack, aren't they? Quack, quack. I'm going to extend you out on the mount, see how close we can get. She's getting yelled at by her mum. I think they don't like the yelling. Little girl's getting roused on by her mum for running off, and the ducks are like, we don't like that, we're out of here. So there you go. Anyways, we've had a sip of our electrolyte drink and taken in the ducks a bit, so let's cruise to where I want to take you. It's the bamboo, super cool. There's a little shine around here as well. Look at that real quick. There you go. These are pretty trick over here as well, this metal work. They do the incense and everything. Look at that. That's pretty cool, eh? And it's not small either. Like, if I'm standing up straight, I'm up to like here. So it's pretty large. But yeah, and then you've got the outside aesthetic of it like that. And then you can go up to that top part through that back section as well. But we'll do that another time. This wasn't even really on the radar to show you. I just figured why not, as we're cruising through to, like I said before, what I believe to be a bit more of a historically significant and meaningful spot. Not to say that this isn't good, you know, this is popular with the horde as they come through. Like, people are taking a picture. I'll duck down so I'm not in it. Look at them all going nuts. Yeah. Hopefully I got out of the picture. There you go, there's the temple.
In the middle.
Get out of these people's picture real quick. Go. Still working on getting a decent external microphone for this whole setup. Ginji Vlog. G'day, how you going? Thanks for popping by and saying hi. Hope you're doing well today. Hope you're well in body, soul, mind and spirit. But if you're not, that's okay. Tomorrow's a new day. Fight on. Su. And yeah, where are we at the moment? We're in NinhBinh. And where are we heading? We're heading over to one of, like I said just before, one of the more significant historical monuments, which is up the road here. But we're just passing through what they call the Old Town, which is this whole section in here. Quite popular with people not wanting to really jump straight into a big puddle there, so I might just duck over here. But yeah, if the audio quality is not perfect, if the video is not perfect, it is what it is at the moment. How about you just slow down instead of beeping me? The video quality, it's not going to be perfect, but as I tend to do it 99% of the time, it's just ad hoc. So, but over time we're upgrading and we're learning things along the way. So it's all part of it, yeah. Anyways, cruising along here. One of my favourite places to visit in NinhBinh is a smoothie and juice place, and that's those really loud horns that they love. Just down that road, just over there. I can maybe show you another time. But just make sure that we don't get flattened here while crossing the road. In Vietnam, they drive on the right-hand side of the road, if anyone wasn't aware anyway. So if you're not adjusted to that, it behooves you to be careful, you know. Let's cross over again. It's going to be easier to cross over here than it's going to be further on. What else can we say about Vietnam? So they got the timers on a lot of the intersections, so you know exactly how many seconds before everyone starts going again. So that's kind of trick. There's a new big Land Cruiser thing over there. They do like the big, or is it a Lexus? I think it's a Lexus. Same, different. No, it's a Land Cruiser. Big one there. They do love those big things here. Twin turbo, it says. I don't think that's actually twin turbo, is it? unless I'm out of the loop and the new ones are twin turbo. But anyways, nice looking big Volvo here. Look at that. That's pretty trick. 88, 89 number plate. Interesting to think how much they paid for that. And it's got the what's it called? Flag of the country that it's been made in or comes from. Anywho, let's continue to cruise on. But yeah, is it Jing G vlog? Jing? Yeah. Thanks for saying hi. Anyone else wants to say hi and jump in the chat, you're more than welcome. Just cruising along here. Some nice trees and things in here. Look at that. It's nice. Big picture of Ho Chi Minh over the top there, at the top of the building. But I tell you what, it has been intermittent with the rain as of late, so any moment it might just pelt down. That's all part of it, I suppose. Older style. That's a compressor, isn't it? Mercedes. It's not an SLR or anything, but that's a compressor, right? 33335, and they got the German Deutschland flag on the side of it, which is quite popular for them to do that here. I don't know about this yellow strip up the side. I don't know. SLK 350 AMG. It's not an AMG, is it? I mean, the front looks AMG-like, but I don't know. I'm not across it on that specific model, so. Oh, I'll tell you what, she's warm. She's warm. All right, let's get. That's what you've got to be careful of while walking. As long as I don't roll my ankle, it's okay. Just cruising along. It is better technically if I use the GoPro because we have that image stabilization. But you know, it is what it is for the moment. It's starting to rain a bit. It's all part of it. So on a live stream. Big EVN NP PC NinhBin building. Nice little garden out the front there, yeah? Anywho. Talk. Ben W. Yo, Saigon plated SLK. Watch for the holes, bro. Yeah. I'm assuming this is Mr. Ben up north. Thanks for stopping by, Ben. I just, as you do, ad hoc, turn on the stream and go for an afternoon walk, and potentially we're going to get caught in this. I think it's more than a potential, but in this rain that is, but it is what it is. Just cruising along, and we just passed Old Town, Ben. We're heading to one of the more significant monuments, as far as I'm concerned anyway, up here. And we'll be there in a jiffy. But yeah, Saigon plated SLK. And you know where it's coming from, anyone in the videos, based upon that number at the top. See how that's 35A? That denotes where it's coming from. EVN is the government-owned power company of Vietnam. Okay, there you go. So that building back there that Mr. Ben's talking about, down there, EVN is the government-owned power company of Vietnam. There you go. There you go. But yeah, a little bit bouncy of a stream and everything, I know, with the video, but yeah, I see you coming, buddy. Thanks for the horn. This building, some type of hotel. NinhBin. Anyways, we'll be here in a jiffy. But how's Hanoi, Mr. Ben? Or how's up north? In regard to the flooding, because you guys have been getting smashed, eh? Whereas last night, I tell you what, it bucketed down here, but today's been pretty damn good, as you can see. I tell you what, you've got to be careful streaming and holding the camera and then not trying to break your neck by falling over. But this is where I wanted to bring you guys. This is the more meaningful place as far as I'm concerned. And in yesteryear, they would have markets here, but not so much anymore. I'll show you in here. It's more of like a peaceful, chill place at the moment. As we're walking along, it's starting to pepper down with the rain. But it is what it is. That's what you get when you do a live stream. Spare of the moment thing. So, see if we got enough time. Yes, so it flooded again, a typhoon every week recently. Yeah. Anyone that doesn't know, like this area and a little bit further up where Mr. Ben is, you get typhoons all the time coming across, you know, from the ocean, and it just smashes the place. But it's been pretty good here. Like I said last night, it came down, but it hasn't been too bad. I'm trying to hold this a bit straighter for you so you're not bouncing around everywhere. Little shrine over here. I couldn't tell you anything about this one. I think a friend of mine did tell me something at one point, but I can't remember. But you're going to like this big monument on the other side. I suppose we'll just duck in here real quick and I'll show you what the go is. It doesn't look like it's open, this shrine, but zip in. Pretty cool. And okay, we're not going to muck around in here too much. I'll take you up to the main spot, up around here. We should be able to zip up here, up the top. Tell you what, last time I came down here with a local mate of mine, we came down on the scooter and there was a bunch of Indian blokes out on the main thoroughfare in the middle playing cricket. I was like, I don't think I've ever seen an Indian in NinhBinh. And then when I did, there's like 30 of them and they're all playing cricket down here, out of all places. And I said to my mate, I said, so what's the go? Like, do you consider that to be okay? Is that a little bit disrespectful or distasteful in the sense of where they're playing it and at the base of this big historical monument? And he was like, no, not really. Like, it's a very chill spot. Like, if they're going to use it, then they can use it, type of thing. Don't ask me to tell you heaps about this, but if you go to, I think one of my other live streams when we did zip down here with Mr. Fong, he did say and share a bit of information about the place and the significance and whatnot. But out of all the things in NinhBinh, like, I can speak about a fair few things here, but this is probably not one of them. Probably zip up the side here, you see the big open area over there. They used to do markets here. I said to Fong, I was like, dude, it's like a perfect area for markets, and, you know, maybe like a Sunday market or a Saturday market, you advertise it to the foreigners. But he said, yeah, they used to, but for whatever reason, they decided not to anymore. And I'm thinking maybe it's got something to do with maybe the dragon's vein or something in feng shui. But I'd have to look into that for this specific spot. I know that there's a few different places around town that are considered part of the dragon's vein. And if anyone's not familiar with what I'm talking about, the dragon's vein in feng shui, just think of it as feng shui as like the harmony of the environment, like how you set the environment up and how energy moves through the environment and how that energy then translates to people. The dragon's vein is the main vein of the town, or the main energy channel, chakra, passageway, or, you know, use whatever terminology you want. And they've been clearing that up as of late, changing it. I think these are relatively new. I can't remember if I saw these guys on here last time. But they're pretty trick, eh? It's almost like a terracotta warrior type situation, but obviously not terracotta. Solid. Looks like some type of marble or stone. But here we go. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to get it wrong. Old king that sorted this place out and got it in order back in the day. Đinh Tiên. So how do you say that? So see that D, see how it's got that little line through it? That means you actually pronounce it as a D. Whereas when it doesn't have that line through it, it's not a D, it's like an S or a Z or something, I can't remember. But Đinh Tiên Hoàng, D. I think that's pretty accurate, don't quote me on it. But again, we've got these big regal birds on either side. It looks like they've got lotus leaves in their mouths. And then they're upon the turtles or the tortoise. A big spot to do our incense. It looks like you got some faces down the bottom here as well. I'm not sure what that's about. Another spot for your incense. And then your big statue of Đinh Tiên. There you go, eh? So what do you think? What do you think? Big aerial over there. Essentially where we were just before, over at Old Town, just to the right of that aerial, over that side. And then my favourite juice and smoothie place is almost, well, it's just probably about there, and like 3 or 4 streets that way, right there. But anywho, so there you go. Look at the big area. So this looks like you've got, like, these guys all look like warriors, I'm thinking, given the swords, and they're kind of like got their hands almost maybe over their heart. Your heart's on the left hand side, isn't it? Yeah, so no, it's not over the heart. Over this, their what do you call it? Someone in the chat, help me out. What do you call it? In the middle, right in the middle of his chest. Sternum. That's it. Sternum. Hand over their sternum like that. Yeah. They're pretty cool. They're all very similar. They do have different. Yeah, the faces are a little bit different. I think they look quite similar, but you can see a little bit of variation. They're all very short though, which is interesting. But I'm wondering, like, there's a lot of detail in that and everything, but why not chisel out that bottom piece? Why not chisel that piece out? Maybe it makes it more stable when it's got a bit more weight through the center of it like that. Harder to knock it over type of thing. Cool outfits though, hey? Cool outfits. So, you ain't moving that thing. You'd probably need 10 guys just to pick it up. Probably not even that. It's probably, look, it looks damn heavy. Anyways, I'll give it a zoom around. Some interesting artwork here. Dragon. You can actually walk up there. There's some steps that go up there. There's a person chilling up the top there, if you can see that. It looks like there's some stonework up on either side and up on the middle as well. Looks like they're still grassing the hill. A big sword at the back. Shoulders. out to this side of the monument. Another dragon. Dragon. Go still for a second for you. There you go. And now these guys, so unlike that other side, they're all uniform, they're all the same, but it looks like we've got some of the, maybe the revered scholars or the monks or some of the, it looks like quite an intellectual type of person, so who knows with that, but there's a bunch of them across the front and they are different. This guy's actually quite a bit taller than the other ones. But it also looks like maybe that, what's this? Maybe that they do that headpiece bit separate or something. So it's got the line in it. I'm thinking maybe they're like the intellectuals, not necessarily the monks. They don't necessarily strike me as monks, but maybe like people that maybe worked for the king or something like that. He's like the scholars or the, I'm not sure, men of renown, as you could say. And then you've got more of these soldier blokes at the back here. Comes to the side here. These guys here. So this guy looks pretty much the same as what those guys are over there. But then this guy's different. And his outfit's a bit different as well. And another one there. He's a bit different. It could be that like there's different, some of them could have come from different factories or something. This guy's sword's a bit worse for wear. It's still okay. His outfit's a bit more plain. Looks like they maybe had to do a bit of repair work on that guy there. Yeah. And these guys at the back here, they look all pretty uniform. Do have a bit of different facial features. Yeah, there are people down here selling some things. Maybe we can jump in the chat. Let me know if we should stop for a few moments. I should see what's happening. Just have something to eat. Feel free to jump in the chat, say hi, and let us know how your day's going. All right, pretty cool. Like this time of afternoon is really good for photography and stuff because of the lighting, and it's kind of overcast and it's kind of nice. We got some guys down here. Again, these look like quite scholarly guys in a sense. That guy's face is definitely different from the other ones. Yeah, anyways, we'll probably finish it up soon. I might even just keep it going until the battery dies, actually. About 20% battery, we'll see how long we last. Hope everyone's doing well. Walking street. Just be careful down these steps. Shot of him up there. Across here there's a bit of artwork. This looks pretty cool. I'm thinking this is a picture maybe of, I was going to say where he used to live, but it's a little bit more, I don't think it's necessarily accurate. I think it's more artistic. So anyways, big power grid spot over there you can see. Anyways, let's come down here real quick while we've got some battery left. Oh, this guy looks like he's going to go and set up shop or something here. Let's see what they're selling over here anyway. You see down here they got the big water pipes sitting in the bucket. And if you buy some stuff, you get a free tobacco. Use the big water pipes. Some more artwork along the bottom here. There's some animals and some people. Come back up at the monument. The buffaloes. And got maybe the rice or the palms in their hands. These guys look pretty happy up the top. Yeah. This guy's selling cane drink, you know. Like they get the cane and they make the juice out of it. So if you want something sweet, that's the way to go. And some looks like there's some coconuts and some snacks and things. Plenty of seats. Maybe they're setting up for tonight, because I'm thinking they are, right? This guy's rocking up. Got the people over there that are setting up. This person over here that's already set up. I'm thinking maybe there's something going on tonight. Yeah. And this guy's selling, I think, similar stuff. It looks like he's got some coconuts, some bamboo, or some whatever, sugar cane or whatever. But this is where those blokes were playing cricket. You see it's a massive field and everything. In a sense. Dien Tien. There you go. NinhBinh. Dinh Tiên Hoàng Đế. Yeah. There you go. There you go, team. Construction work going on over here. Old mate over here is getting his whippersnipper out, what we call in Australia a whippersnipper. John's back on his scooter and he's off, or maybe he's finished up, I'm not sure. Behind his kid on the e-scooter, zipping around. Yeah, there might be something happening here tonight. These people setting up. They're setting up. I think I'm going to be busy tonight. I mean, if I do end up changing plans, I might come down here, but yeah. Hello, xin chào. Yeah. Okay, let's cruise back out onto this street here, I suppose. Let's stop over here. I might be able to sit down over here for a second and take another little sippy sip of our electrolyte drink. Good idea. If you weren't here earlier, I bought two of them. I threw one in my bag as well. I wonder what this says. Mr. Ben, can you tell me what that says? He's still here. Duong Dai Dien Gao De. I don't know. I just butcher it every time. So Ngui Hiam Chek Ngoi Ku Vokam Te Tioi. I don't know. I do apologise. These guys going nuts over here with the hammers. The construction. A couple of little cafes along here. This is Piaggio. Piaggio? Is that an O? There we go. We'll take a seat just for a memento. Whee! And we'll set you up with a shot of the monument while we have a sip of our drink. How's that sound? definitely something happening down here tonight with these people setting up, eh? Pretty trick setup with that that scooter there. You see how it's got like that. That's all, you know, custom or bespoke fabricated. It's a hook onto the back of his scooter, so he can pull all that along just with a scooter. That's pretty rad, eh? Obviously, you can ride your scooters through here as well, which is pretty cool. Yeah, there's definitely something happening, actually. Look, now that I look over here, look at this. Look, there's like some seats and everything set up. There's some type of... Yeah, let's go and have a look at that. Let's just walk and talk. I'll take this with me. It says, don't fly kites here. There are dangerous power lines. Ooh, that's cool. Thanks, Ben. That's because they do like kites here. I have noticed that. That's very cool. I mean, I don't see any, but there are definitely over there. But I tell you what, I went to a Taoist temple not long ago, and there was these kids, and I rocked up, and I was like, what is that sound? It's like in the air. Well, not in there, but I didn't initially know it was in the air. Anyways, I was like, I wonder what it is. I looked around, I saw this thing up in the sky, and it was some type of kite with like a, I don't know, it was taking the air, and then it was like a horn. It was like something out of World War II or something, you know? And I'm in a temple, and you think, oh, it should be pretty chill here, and it's just pretty random. So there you go. There you go, Ben. Mr. Ben, what do you reckon? Can we translate that one, mate? Ui ban ngan dan phong hoa lu tap. I don't know about that. From the 9th to the 10th, is that right? I suppose anyone here that can maybe even screenshot or whatever, throw it into Google Lens and just translate it, eh? But it looks like maybe that's what this has been all set up for. But I will end this stream very soon. We're on 7% battery. There's a couple of coffee shops over here. Some celebration for fire safety. Ooh, for fire safety. That's unique. Might even be tonight. So does it say like it's the 9th and the 10th? Is that what that says? Let's have a look. Is that the 9th and the 10th there? Hualu Nagai 9 Dang 10 Nam. Or is that the 9th or the 10th? And we'll have a look over here real quick at some of the advertisements maybe for it. That's interesting. I don't often see that here, but it's got like a picture of Lenin and Marx on it as well as Ho Chi Minh. Ah. Hey, okay. There's that sign again that Mr. Ben helped us translate. So something along the lines of don't fly your flags or be careful of flying your flags or something due to the fact that there's a lot of power lines around. You could get zapped. Daily coffee and tea. Place over there. Fruit and vegetable shopping there. Anyways, I think I'm going to wrap it up here, team. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing well in body, soul, mind, and spirit. I'll turn this around so you can see my mug for a second, so I'm not being too rude. And we'll adjust this like that. And we'll go like that. There you go. So yeah, hope everyone's doing well. Pretty impromptu stream. Just using the phone, not the GoPro, so the lighting and everything's not great. I know the audio quality is not fantastic either, but we're working on that. But otherwise, yeah, there you go. There's one of the big monuments that is, as far as I'm concerned, a lot more meaningful and historically meaningful and a little less touristy. I don't necessarily know that it's on any of the big tourist hit lists. Anyways, blah, 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 enough of that. Thanks for stopping by. And yeah, hope good luck to them for tonight or whenever with their fire safety celebrations or whatever. And you can sign off looking at this car, even maybe with the big, quite popular this color on different models of cars, and they love putting the yellow star on there, the Vietnamese flag. So that's pretty cool and very unique to Vietnam nationalism and culture and identity and so on and so forth. So anyways, once again, hope you're doing well in body, soul, mind and spirit. If you're not, that's okay. Tomorrow's a new day. Keep it in mind and fight on, su. And we'll see you on the next one, eh? And signing out from Đinh Tiên Hoàng Di. There you go. Đinh Tiên Hoàng Di in Hoa Lu or NinhBinh, the old capital or the previous capital of Vietnam. Okay, see you in the next one. Mini Heart.